Good evening, everyone. And since today I will introduce you the very basic and very foundation of Buddhism. And we have a few new people. Also, the basic introduction of Buddhism will go maybe 8 to 9 classes. And so when I will introduce the basic Buddhism, some of you may think is very shallow. Yes, the Buddhism looks very simple, looks very shallow. And your practice is not that simple and not that easy. You must keep in your mind this. Second, then every class we're going to have a new topic related to the Lamrim classes. In the future, maybe we can have the basic class about Lamrim. Then third, after having the Lamrim class, then I hope I will explain the very basic, very important practice of Vajrayana or Tantrayana. That means first, the very basic introduction. Second, more related to the Lamrim. The third, very much related to the Tantrayana. So since today I will explain the basic Buddhism, it looks like all of you totally new for Buddhism. All of you look like totally, just interested in Buddhism. Some of you think it's not important, but I will explain very basic thing. Actually, there are two different ways to introduce Buddhism. I prefer the second one, which is introduce about Buddhism from the true truths, Four Noble Truths, then Triple Gems. There's another methods, another tradition. When someone introduces Buddhism, they will start from rely on Guru, then slowly explain about the impermanence. The third, explain how to practice Dharma. So I prefer to follow the second tradition. So everybody, believe, most of you believe in religion, particularly you believe in Buddhism. Some of you may be totally free thinker, or you don't accept any religion, just be here based on curiosity. For me, doesn't matter. You believe in religion, it's good for you. If you are totally free thinker, also is good for you. I cannot force anybody. You must believe in religion. You must believe in Buddhism. You must believe in Mahayan Buddhism. I'm not supposed to. So whatever you believe is good for you, because the belief must come based on your own decision. If you believe in religion, if you believe in Buddhism based on, forced by someone, based on maybe parents, and the belief system is not stable. So whatever you accept, whatever you believe and accept based on study, based on investigation. Then before we really talk about Buddhism, first we everybody must ask the question one. The question number one you should ask: is religion important for me or not? Question number one, you yourself ask the religion, any kind of religion, that religion is important for me or not. The question number two, you must yourself, if you feel the religion is important for me, the second question you must ask, which religion important for me? Which religion suitable for me and my life? Then third, even though I feel religion is very important, and this and that religion is very important for me, the question number third, you must ask, may I able to practice this religion or not? Three questions. Question one, is religion is important for me or not? Question number two, which religion is important for me? Which religion is suitable for me? Question number third, yes, is suitable, this and this religion. Can I practice? May I able to practice this religion or not? The three questions you must ask yourself every day. If you think about the history of religion, there's not such a time we can say the religion start, this century. The religion was started very gradually. You can see during the, the stone lifetime, people using only stone for cooking, everything we call stone edge, right? Stone edge. Even though that time the people they have a very simple life, their brain is not that developed which is we had. They has a very simple brain, just thinking about how to survive day by day. Just there's it, they didn't have any concept of God, Buddha, karma. They had a very simple life. They always emphasize how we can survive day by day. But still they had a sense of fear. So during the day, they were very comfortable because the sun shone, the environment became very warm. They can see all the enemy, they can see, all the dangerous thing. Every day when the sun rise, in that time they respect to the sun as a god. They had a simple religion, just respect to the sun. Then, in order to survive, they need a food, they need a water, they need a fire. That's why you can see in the ancient time, the people respect to the sun, respect to water, fire, four elements, respect to the nature. Right? Respect. They has a very strong respect to the nature. Because they noticed, if I against with the nature, I cannot survive, we cannot survive. That's why they have a respect to the nature, respect to the sun and moon. Then, been many years, then slowly people have start to have a knowledge. Then, according to the history, among the religion, there are so many, religions nowadays. One of the very ancient or popular religion is the Hinduism. So according to the history, people believe the Hinduism is the one of the oldest religion on the planet. Because you can see all religion, even though Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, Judaism, everything you can relate it, connect. You can see similar with the Hinduism. So first, we believe the Hinduism was the oldest. The second, Judaism. Third, even though Judaism, we don't know who really founded the Judaism. We don't know who really founded the Judaism. Jewish, people who believe in Judaism. Then we have a Buddhism. Then we have a Christianity. Then we have a Islam. So now I supposed to explain, I supposed to introduce Buddhism. Among the religion, all religion we can divide into two groups. One group of religion, they really explain about God. The people who follow that religion, they also believe in God. Then there another religion, which is like, for example, Buddhism, one of the Hinduism, because Sankhya, they don't accept the God, the Creator. That means we have a two tradition. One religion, one group of religion believe in God, follow the advice of God. Another group, they don't believe in God, they don't accept in God, which is Buddhism and Sankhya. Both has a profound reason and logic. The group who believe in God, they don't simply believe there's a God. In the ancient time, even though before, actually the concept of God was before Christianity. The concept of God exists before Judaism. That's why, even though when you study, I think some of you already, know very well about Greek philosophy. Many Greek philosophers also talk about God. The concept of God is different. Because when you study in Greek philosophy, some philosophy said the God is the origin of all phenomena. Everything arises, from the God. The God concept is different. Some Greek philosophers said the number, right? The calculation, the number is the origin of everything. Then there another philosopher in Greek, they say the God is not the origin of everything. The number is not the origin of everything. They say the power. So, even though Christianity, the Christian people, Muslim people, Jewish people, almost 90% Hindu people, they have a different concept. The God, the Bhagwan, the Allah, the name is different. The meaning, the belief system is very much similar. So as we say, I assume, most of you Buddhists, you say, yes, we are Buddhists, we don't accept God. You can say simply, it's not easy to say there's no God, there's no creator. No, it's not easy. Look at just simple our body. The mouth, we have a teeth to eat and cut. We have eyes, then we have a eyelids, close and open, clean. Then we have a little, what about eyes? Lesson is clean what? Clean the eyes. Look at the nose. We have a lot of hair in the inside. We have a hair because it's block all the, unnecessary, the dust thing block. Then when we eat, food goes to the stomach. Then we have a stomach. Stomach function what? Digest the food. Then come out. It look like big factory. How is come? If you think this way, it's so difficult to, say there's no creator, there's no, God. You may feel there must be someone behind us. Right? Think this way. Just think yourself. Then we have a brain. So brain is one of the most important part of our body. We have, the body bone is bigger than the brain. But the body, the bones doesn't have a function as brain. How is calm? The brain is so sophisticated. It has a lot of ability. How is calm? That means, it's not easy to say there's no God. There's no creation. The creator. This one. Then number 2, the people or the religious people who don't accept the God as a Buddhist. So why we not able to accept the God? What's the problem? If you can say I'm Buddhist, still I believe in God. If somebody say I'm a Buddhist, still I believe in God. So what is the problem? Any problems? Is there any problem to say I'm Buddhist, but I believe in God? Is there any problem? Because, okay, please everybody don't be so shy. You can be shy, it's okay. Don't be so shy. Think about, how things start to exist. For example, simply you can say, I don't think there's a God. This house is built by, contractor, built by, some people, Indian, Malaysian, many people came together, they built the house. The house is built by human being, not the God. You can say simply. The second question, who created the human being? How is calm human being and, another bit like another being is different. Human being and dog is big different. How is come the differences between human and dog? As a Buddha, you can say is karma. Is karma, right? You can say yes. I was born as a human because my previous karma. This dog was born as a dog because of karma. when you create karma, have you ever think, I'm going to create this karma to born as a Singaporean, to born as an Indian, to born as a particular person? No, you just go in temple, you do just pray, you just accumulate merit. We don't have a merit for male and female. We don't have merit for rich and poor, right? So what I'm basically saying you, there are two groups of followers who follow religion. Some believe in God. One group believe in God. One group, don't believe in God. Both has a profound, reason, lot of reasoning, lot of logics. Then, within the Buddhist, now we have to go a little bit about the history. Within the Buddhists, so we have two traditions, what we call Theravada and Mahayana. But somebody can say, Mahayana and Hinayana. So how is come, both tradition taught by the same person, Buddha Shakyamuni. The Buddha Shakyamuni was the founder of, Buddhism. So how Buddhism, the Buddhist tradition split into two groups. How? At the Buddha lifetime, there's no two group. You are Theravada, you are Mahayana, you are Hinayana, you are Vajrayana. No, didn't. For example, the first time when Buddha talked about the Four Noble Truths, there wasn't two group. All the disciples were follow after Buddha. They practice Four Noble Truths. So we must know why we have a two group of or two traditions in Buddhism. Historically, we believe Buddha was born in India 2007 or 800 years ago. But as a Buddhist, we didn't have a perfect years of the Buddha. We just guess. 2000, somebody said 2006, somebody said 2600, 700, somebody said more than 3000 years. We didn't have the exact the duration when he was born, how long he been. The best, what His Holiness Dalai Lama said many times, so we have it is real or not. We have the Buddha relics. We can relax, right? Relics. If we do some study and research, put in lab, then maybe we can find out the exact years. Then one very important thing, in Christianity, there's a true Bible, right? New Testament and Old Testament. How it's come? Because during the Jesus Christ time, whatever he taught, nobody written down on the paper. After he passed away after resurrection, then people talk about his teaching. Then there's a new, then there's a old, there's a lot of changes. Also, we should not think as a Buddhist, everything was what we have, the Suddhayana, Tantrayana. We should not think everything written, written down on the paper during the Buddha lifetime. No. During the Buddha lifetime, there weren't any piece of paper which is, written on, all the Buddha teaching. No. Then after he passed away, next year, after 1 year later, then one of the king, actually at that time there was 8, kings. Those are the very supporter of the Buddha teaching. And that time you must know, historically, there was another religion, what we call Jainism. Jainism. So they call, twins religion. Buddhism and Jainism. You got twins. Only 20 years different. I think the Buddha Mahavir was 20 years older than Buddha Shakyamuni. Buddha Shakyamuni was 20 years younger than the Mahavir. Both were, almost same places. But the Jainism, the Jain people, they don't believe in God, but they still believe in Atma. And according to, Christianity or Judaism, you can call the spirit, right? What we call God. Then you do know God, and they do 3 things. Trinity, right? Trinity, that means God, Holy Spirit, something, right? They call Spirit. Atma is also very important topic. Look at, because I'm saying the Jainism, the Jain people, they don't believe in God, but still believe in Atma, soul. Christian people can call soul. Also, Jews also believe in soul. Hindu call Atma. We Buddhists call self or I. Now we just everybody think, look at, we have a body. If you just think about within the brain, I don't think the I, the self, can find within the brain. Think about in heart. When you open the heart, you cannot find I is within the heart. Then the question is there. So if you don't believe in Atma, soul, spirit, then who is really going to next life? Who really came from previous life? My body is not. That's mean I'm saying, believe in God, reject it, the God is not as easy. Also rejecting the soul, spirit, Atma is not easy. So because we everybody interested in religion, interested in Buddhism, the very important concept in Buddhism is selflessness, no Atma, no God, no creator. So first you have to know all the different belief system. Now within the Buddhists, we have a Theravada tradition nowadays. We have a Mahayana tradition. Now we just think about the first time when Buddha, talked about the Four Noble Truths. He never said to the disciple, there's a Buddha, there's a Dharma, there's a Sangha. You must believe in Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. Then you will become Buddhist. Right? Never. The first time when he met his 5 disciples. So 5 disciples was with him for many years. Somehow, the 5 disciples abandoned Buddha. So he left because Buddha was saying, I won't take any food until I achieve my goal. Then somehow, Buddha accept food and drink. Then 5 disciples get very upset, and that's why, they left Buddha. The first time after Buddha achieved enlightenment, he went to where? Varanasi. The first time when he met the 5 disciples, mainly the 5 disciples, he said, I'm Buddha, I achieve, Buddhahood, I'm enlightened person. He never said, you must believe in Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, then you will become Buddhist. If you don't believe in Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha, you won't be Buddhist. He never said to them. What he said, I found the truth. I know the truth. Then Buddha started to teach the truth, which is true truth, conventional truth, and ultimate truth. Okay, so important. So, by Mitra Buddha, when he introduced Buddhism, he started from first true truths, second 4 noble truths, third then Buddha, Dharma, Sangha. As a Buddhist, first we must know the true truths. If there's a true truths, then there's a possibility to have a 4 noble truths. If there's a 4 noble truths, then there's a possibility to have a, Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Then there's a possibility to achieve Buddhahood through practice of Dharma, follow the Sangha. Is clear? It's so important. You must go step by step. Otherwise, if you don't follow step by step, all your belief system, because you believe in karma, you believe in next life, previous life, all your belief system is not that strong. If you move step by step, if you believe step by step, then your belief system become very strong. You can have a strong foundation. Then, if somebody said different things, then you're not going to believe them. Otherwise, you can believe everything. Step by step. First, 2 truths, then 4 truths, then triple gem. So why 2 truths are so important? It's so important. Simply, most of you came, this TBC, yesterday. Some of you came here maybe 1 week ago. When you enter this hall, when you look at the statue of Buddha Shakyamuni, you can see same as yesterday, same as last year, right? When you see me, I can see different. I become very dark after I came back from Ladakh. That means things are different. We perceive in different way. It's totally true, duality. There's 2 different things. For example, you just look at your, plum. Just look at plum. Okay? Close your plum. Open your plum. Can you see any differences, the 2 plums? Which one is before is open, second close, open again. Can you see any differences? Is that if you look continuously 2 minutes, you cannot see any differences, you cannot see any changes. Right? Can you? Cannot. This means in the reality, your palm, your hand, is changing momentarily. It never stays same as not more than one moment. There is change. Moment is changing momentarily. It's the reality we don't realize, we don't understand. This is what we can call, closely the ultimate truth, the truth of the reality. There are some many different layers of the reality. First, we think about impermanence. The gross impermanence you can see, when you compare your two photos, which is, take today, which was, taken 10 years ago. When you compare two photos, you can see there's a big differences. This is very gross, changing, gross impermanent. Then if you go more subtle, that we call, the subtle impermanent. The subtle impermanent, you can think in your mind, so difficult to understand. Because things are changing momentarily, moment by moment. Okay, 1 hour, how many minutes? 60 minutes. 1 minute, how many seconds? 60 seconds. 1 second, how many milliseconds? Go all the way to micro time. Right? If you think that very subtle duration, then you can understand, yes, everything is moving, everything is changing so fast. This is another, layer of ultimate truth. Then the subtlest one, very important one, what we call, emptiness. Emptiness. So emptiness is one of the subtlest ultimate truth, subtlest reality, also very important. We must know there is a ultimate truth. So far you going to understand ultimate truth based on reasoning, based on logics. But we call this is ultimate truth. The second, the conventional truth. Conventional truth. This means, look at, when you hungry, when you feel hungry, why you feel hungry? Why? What happened? Due to what reason you feel hungry? Hungry. No food, right? No food. How you feel hungry? No food. For example, in Tibetan word, we have very nice word. We never say, I'm hungry. We Tibetan call tre. For example, when your stomach completely full of food, there's no space, right? No space. Slowly digest the food, consume the food, then stomach become little empty. When stomach become empty, the air runs in stomach. When stomach become more empty, there's more air. Then what you feel hungry because the air is running in stomach. That's why you can see, you feel food. When you eat food, you feel okay. No food, you feel hungry. The hungry come based on no food. Then second, think about how things, come being into exist. Nothingness. Without nothing cannot be anything. Right? If there's a nothing, then always nothing. If there's something, then always something. Am I right? If there's a nothing, how we can have a hungry, how we can feel full, how we can have a sad, how we have a happiness. Whatever we have, happiness, suffering, problems, big, small, everything depends on what? depend on something. Depend on something. Right? Depend on causes and condition. That's why you must know, just simply I can say in everything. If you go more precisely, then we have to differentiate. Everything comes from causes and condition. This means you believe in, just say, everybody don't want suffering. The suffering also comes from where? Causes and condition. Doesn't matter you believe in religion or not. Doesn't matter you are rich and poor, male and female, strong and weak. Doesn't matter. All sentient beings include fish, cow, small insect, butterfly, all thing who has a mind, who has a feeling. Everybody looking happiness. Everybody try to avoid what? Suffering and problems. Then the suffering we don't want, the problems we don't want also arise from what? Causes and condition. The happiness which is we always want, wish to we have every time, this also come from what? Causes and condition. Is clear? That's why it's so important as a Buddhist, okay? Because when you enter a temple, you pray to Buddha, what? We pray for what? Buddha. Why we need to pray to Buddha? Why? Tell me the truth. When you enter a temple, what do you think? Oh, I need to go to temple because I have a problems. Am I right? Oh, I have to do the puja because I have a problems. That's me. Actually, you as a Buddhist, as a Buddhist, they're saying actually they say there's no God, but in the deep down, they think look like the Buddha is look like God, Zambala look like God, right? That's why as a Buddhist, if you believe in Buddhism, you must know how to pray Buddha, how to respect Buddha. You should not think Buddha can give you everything. No. How Buddha can give you everything? When he was alive, he was a simple monk. He was totally look like beggar. He didn't have a lot of money, a lot of wealth. If you ask Buddha at that time, can I have money? Buddha said, I'm asking money from you. Am I right? That's why if you wish to, reduce, minimize, eliminate the sufferings and problems, you must reduce the causes and condition of sufferings and problem. If you wish to have happiness, you always, want to achieve happiness. It's not just enough to have just simple thing. I wish to be happy. I wish to be happy. If you think 24 hours, you never be happy. Try to get the causes and condition of the happiness. If you already have all the condition of happiness, happiness will follow with you for 24 hours whole life. Even though you wish to achieve happiness, you don't have all the condition of happiness. You pray 100 times, million times, you just stay with the Buddha, 24 hours. You're never going to have happiness. This is the fact. That's why, according to Buddhist tradition, they were very much, emphasis about law of causality. Cause, effect. Cause and result and cost. Is clear? Okay, so even though the question number one, then we address, okay, you don't believe in God, you don't accept Buddha Shakyamuni as a God, or the Manjushri, all the Buddhas are not no God, they are not creator, then why I need to pray to Buddha? Why you need to pray to Buddha? Why? What is the reason? Right? This means, this means this is the fact. something there we don't understand, this kind of ultimate truth. Something there, everything is there because of causes and condition. That's mean conventional truth. There's a true truth. But the true truths are not, two separate things. No two separate things. Conventional truth, ultimate truth is one entity. One entity. Just one entity. Okay, the entity, the meaning of entity is so difficult to understand. For example, you can call me a human being. Yes, I'm a human being. And you can call me a monk. In my level, I'm a human being as well as I am monk. You cannot separate in this moment, oh, this is monk, this is human. You cannot make a separation. Same thing, this is, the glass case is we can call conventional truth. This is conventional truth because this exists, arise from causes and condition. This is conventional truth. Then it has another truth which is we don't understand. We haven't realized yet. After you study this phenomena reality, then you're going to understand another reality of this glass case. But in the reality, the true truth is just one entity. Two different, two different oscillation. Okay, keep your mind, then we can explain. I can explain more in future. One entity do two different oscillation. Okay, and that means there's two truths. Therefore, in the reality, it is not, the true truths, not invent or creates by Buddha, is there. Is all the time theirs. You accept or not. This is the truth, there's the reality, there's a conventional truth, there's ultimate truth. Now we must talk about based on the conventional truth. Then what we feel, we feel I'm not happy, I have a suffering, I have a problem. What Buddha said the first time, this is the truth of suffering, right? Without the foreknowledge, first he said to the disciple, the dukkha, which he said, this is the truth of suffering. You must realize. This is the truth of the. This is the truth of the origin of suffering. You must eliminate. This is the suffering. You must realize. This is the origin of suffering. You must eliminate. This is the cessation you must achieve. This is the path to cessation. You must practice. You must meditate. Right? Suffering said, this is suffering. You must realize. You must understand. This is the origin of suffering. What? You must eliminate. You must, abandon. The cessation, this is cessation. You must achieve. He said, achieve. How achieve? Then he said, this is a path to cessation. You must practice, you must meditate. That means Buddha was telling the truth. He was teaching the reality. Same when you get serious sickness, like you have a very serious sickness, like a serious kind of disease or cancer, you must realize, I have a serious headache, I have a serious sickness. You must realize. If you realize what you do, then you go to see doctor. Right? Because when you feel, yes, I have a serious disease, you wish to, cure, you wish to eliminate the sickness. You say, eliminate. How? Then, if I eliminate this, if I cure the disease, then I can have a happiness. I can be happy. The cessation is look like happiness. The truth of suffering is like a disease. The origin of suffering is the causes or condition of the disease. The medicine is exactly same as the path. So you realize you have a serious sickness. Also, if I take a medicine, I can eliminate, I can cure my disease. In order to take medicine, you cannot just go to the supermarket, you cannot buy medicine. If you try to buy medicine, it can be harm for you, it can be benefit for you, we don't know. Then what? You need to see a doctor. If the doctor is just graduate from college, he or she cannot give you the right medicine. The doctor must be very experienced, knowledgeable, experienced. Then the medicine, you must buy the medicine exactly what the doctor said, what the doctor give you a prescription. You must buy the medicine exactly according to the prescription. Then you realize you have a sickness. Also you notice it's curable. You also meet a doctor. You bought the medicine. If you just take only one time, it's not enough. You must take continuously. How long? Until fully cure the disease. This means, okay, now I'm trying to teach you, teach you how we must practice Dharma. First, we need a doctor. First, we realize I have a sickness. Yes, we have a serious sickness. Sickness of, we have a physical sickness, everybody does. Also, we have a emotional sickness, mental sickness, which is anger, attachment, desire, hatred, all the negative thoughts. Thoughts is a very serious sickness. Since we born, only we just forget the previous, since we born, until now we are the victim of the negative thoughts. Then, in order to cure all the sickness, we must rely on the good doctor, which is Buddha. Then we must take the medicine, which is the Dharma, all the practices. The medicine you must take until fully cure the disease. That means you must practice the Dharma every day, every moment. Every day, every moment. Okay? This is how we must, how we must realize what the Dharma is look like. How we must practice our day-to-day life. Then finally, how I can cure all the, emotional sickness. That's why exactly, the Buddha like doctor, Dharma like a medicine, Sangha like nurse. Okay, Buddha, Dharma, Sangha, Dharma. That's why, we must know The happiness which is we wish to achieve must come from causes condition. In order to achieve happiness, in order to achieve the lasting happiness, we must have all the condition for the happiness. Wish to reduce, wish to eliminate all the suffering, we must reduce all the causes and condition. Right? That's the best example said by in the Buddha said, if you cut the branches, piece by piece, it takes time. It takes time. If you cut the tree from the root, it takes less time, then easy to, dry all the branches. Now we must go back to the, history. There's a Four Noble Truths. There's a two truths, then there's a Four Noble Truths. If there's a Four Noble Truth possibility, then there's a possibility to be Buddha, to achieve Buddhahood. Another important one, do we have a time?
8:30, another 30 minutes.
Another 30 minutes, okay. Let's say achieving, Buddhahood, becoming Buddha is not look like, going to other land, going to other places. Also, many of you really believe, the pure land, Amida Buddha land. After you recite the mantra, you can go to Amid Buddha land, pure land, so and so and so. Yes, there's a possibility. Just think about the history of Buddha Shakyamuni. Where did he achieve Buddhahood? Where? India. Where? Bodh Gaya. Under the Bodhi tree. So everybody agree, right? If you believe, yes, Buddha Shakyamuni, he achieved Buddhahood, he became enlightened in India, in Bodh Gaya, under the Buddha tree. That means you are sure he never, go somewhere. Right? Then what does mean, achieve Buddhahood? What does mean become a Buddha? What does mean? You just look at, outside, we believe, after when he become Buddha, he has a lot of light rays, his body becomes so beautiful. We're not sure, it's a story. For example, Lama Milarepa, as a Tibetan, we believe, Milarepa achieved Buddhahood within one short lifetime. Short lifetime. Even though all the ordinary people, when he look at the Milarepa, they had seen same before Buddha become Buddha, after Buddha. The body didn't change anything. It just looked same before and after. Then what does mean, really becoming Buddha, achieve Buddhahood? You can say simple, after you become Buddha, you can see everything, you can understand everything. Am I right? You believe. It doesn't mean the meaning of the Buddha. We call Buddha. Buddha. In Tibetan we have two words. Sang, Ge, Buddha. Okay? Sang, Buddhman is totally purify, totally eliminate, purified all the negative thoughts, all the bad thoughts. Buddha, Ye means fully develop, fully achieve all the, the mental good qualities. This means he didn't have any bad thoughts. He had only the good thoughts. They we call Buddha. Then the question here, how we can eliminate all the bad thoughts, how we can develop, how we can increase the positive thoughts, because we have just one thought. When you get angry, your thoughts become what? Anger. When you have an attachment, your mind become attached to the phenomena, to the person, whatever. Mind change into attachment. Sometimes mind anger, sometimes the mind is, compassion. Is change every movement. Am I right? That means how we can, if there's two minds, total two separate minds. Okay, the left side, the left side is all mind is negative. The right side mind all is positive. Then you can say, yes, I can eliminate this thing. I can increase this thing. The mind is not look like that. Am I right? So we really have to think very deeply. How many minds we have? Even though in the eyes, we can call eyes consciousness, air consciousness, are they one or are they two? What do you think? Eye consciousness, air consciousness. You have air consciousness? Yes, you can hear. Without air, you cannot hear. What do you think? The eyes consciousness and air consciousness, are they one or two? Two. Are you sure? How do you know? Then we have two airs. So how many air consciousness? One or two? Huh? One or two? Can be one, can be two. Just say one, okay. How we know eye consciousness and air consciousness are totally two separate consciousness? How do we know? Huh? Huh? Yes, simply she said because eye consciousness cannot hear. Air consciousness hear, eye consciousness can see, but air consciousness cannot see but can hear. It hear because at this moment, the air consciousness depend on what? The air we can call air's organ, eyes organ, nose organs. But the consciousness can be travel from here to here, here to here. Maybe somewhere in the middle. It's so important because you can see the blind person cannot see, but their hearing power is so strong. That's right, so strong. The person who cannot hear, their eyesight is really good. What I'm trying to tell you, do we have two different types of consciousness? In the one side is negative, another side is positive, or other side is positive. This. And do we have a total two different minds or just one mind? One mind. One mind. Then how we can eliminate the negative minds? For example, I have only one piece of gold, just one piece of gold. If I make as a earring, I cannot make a ring. If I make this gold as a ring, I cannot make a earring because I have only one piece of gold. I cannot cut into two pieces. This is so important to think very deeply. Otherwise, what we saying, everything just look like, saying the story, becoming Buddha, eliminate negative thing, increase the positive thing. You really need to think very deeply. Okay? Then, now everybody has a doubt, right? Everybody has a doubt. Oh, I don't know, I have how many minds? Anger and compassion one or two? Right? For example, as a man, when you are young, you can say the person is a boy. When you married, you can say he's a married. When the man has a child, we can call father. Actually, just one continuum. Also, girls, one girls, then married, then have a child, then we can call mom. When they have a child married, you can call grandma. The girl become mom, mom become grandma. But the continuum is just one or two. One, right? Same, when you get angry, your mind become anger. Second, when you generate compassion, then mind become compassion. Then means now you can understand how we can reduce the negative thoughts. Cannot reduce. Why is so important? If you don't understand, this mind, how the mind is look like, how it's function, then there's no way you can believe it to become a Buddha, achieve Buddhahood. Then there's no way you can use antidotes to reduce the negative thoughts. There's no way you can use all the, logic and reasoning to increase the positive minds. So today I am try to teach you. There's a true truth, then there's a four truths, four noble truths. If there's a four noble truth, there's a possibility of Buddha, Dhamma, Sangha. Yes, we can see there's a four noble truth. Then if you follow the path, for example, if you always generate compassion, then slowly you can reduce the anger. Finally, you're not going to have any anger. That means it's like a path. Then finally you're going to have the cessation. Then very important what we believe, we call Buddha nature. Right? Everybody say Buddha nature. It's very important because if you have something, if you have money, you can start business. If you don't have any money, you cannot start to do business. If you have some experience, some knowledge, you can start to do something using your knowledge and experience. You can start to do something using your money. If you don't have anything, you cannot do anything. That's why first we must realize the Buddha nature. Buddha nature. So there's two different point of views based on the four philosophical school. Most schools believe the Buddha nature is the potential of your mind. Potentiality. Potential. For example, piece of bean or rice. If the rice is cooked halfway, it cannot produce any sprout. Rice. If the rice is cooked or burned, the rice cannot produce any sprout. If the seed is fresh, then the seed has a potential to produce, sprout. Then, slowly they can produce another beans and rice. Same thing, some schools, some Buddhist philosophical school believe the Buddha nature is not nothing except, only they can call the potential of the mind. The mind has a potential to, increase the positive side, decrease the negative side. The mind has an ability. The mind has a potential. The potentiality is the Buddha nature. Clear? There are another philosophical school which is the Madhyamaka. You can call Nagarjuna school, Madhyamaka. according to the Madhyamaka school, according to the Nagarjuna tradition, the potential of mind is not the Buddha nature. The emptiness of the mind is the Buddha nature. Emptiness of the mind is the Buddha nature. If the nature of the mind is empty, then there's a possibility to achieve Buddhahood. There's a possibility to reduce negative thoughts. For example, if there's an empty space, empty land, then we can build something. There's no any empty. We cannot move. We cannot build anything. There must be, we need some empty space to build, to move. This means the emptiness of the mind is the Buddha nature. Okay? So today I teach you the bit history of the religion, then bit knowledge about the Four Noble Truths. Based on the Four Noble Truths, then there's a triple gem. In order to have a strong conviction about triple gem, you need a strong conviction of Buddha. In order to have a strong conviction about Buddha, you need to know, can you be Buddha or not? How? They think about the minds. They think about the Buddha nature. The next time, so when we have a class, then we can talk more detailedly, precisely about the Four Noble Truths. You should not think the Four Noble Truth is very simple thing. I already know. We can go very deep. Okay. Also, you should not think, the Four Noble Truth is so simple. The practice of Four Noble Truth is so simple. And practice of compassion, practice of bodhicitta, practice of interdependence so important. I want the higher practice. Yeah, you can, but without having all this, the basic thing, if you try to practice in the higher thing, you always be in higher. You never come in the ground. Okay? So next, I will explain more detailedly about the Four Noble Truths. Okay, so before we do the dedication prayers, does anybody has any question? Feel free.
The three schools other than the Madhyamaka, do they believe then that virtue exists? Since they think that Buddha nature is the potential of the mind towards.
Can you repeat one more?
Do the three schools other than the Madhyamaka believe that virtue exists? Because
Buddha nature.
Yeah, because you said they think Buddha nature is the potential virtues.
Okay. Other three schools, they don't accept the virtues deed are the Buddha nature. The Buddha nature is look like the principle, look like foundation. Then the virtues, the good deeds, everything is action, right? So based on the potential, the man has a potential to act as a positive, act as a negative. Then based on the potential, then there's a virtues and not virtues. Generally, directly, the virtues is not the Buddha nature. But you can call another way, the Buddha nature can be virtues. The virtues is not the Buddha nature. Related to the virtues, okay, also very important. In order to have a virtues, good deeds, first we must have motivation. The motivation is part of mind. We can have a good motivation because the man has an ability, the man has a potential to act as a positive, to act as a negative. It's just act, level in the mental level. Haven't come, God, it is to the physical level. Then man has a motivation. The man motivate, then our physical body or our verbal, act. Everything happen based on the mind, because mind has the ability. Directly, the virtues, good deed are not the Buddha nature. It possibility Buddha nature can be the virtues. Any question? Okay. So we have until next class, everybody must think 3 questions. What the question number 1? Question number 1? Is religion is important or not for me? Generally. If you think, yes, religion is important, the which religion? Third, yes, the religion is, the religion is very nice, very interesting. Is interesting. Question number 3, may I able to practice or not? Religion is, mainly about practice, not mainly for the knowledge. Not for knowledge, not for only knowledge, mainly for practices. If you think this way, then what happened? What good thing about it? Because if you think, is religion important or not? Then second, yes, which religion? Then you need to think about, like Buddhism, Christianity, Islam, Hinduism, Judaism. There are so many other religions. You need to think about all religion. If you think each of religion, then you can see, yes, Christianity is also very wonderful. Islam also very wonderful. All religion you can see wonderful. Then you can have a really respect for all other religion. When you have a really deep respect from your heart, from your deep of your heart, then when you can see the religious person, you can have a positive thoughts, no negative thoughts. That's why, for example, you think, I'm Buddhist, Buddhism is the best. You just finger, not other religions like this. Right? Many people think this way. So that's why I let you think about, all religions, try to understand all the, the practices, belief system in all other religion. Then you can think which religion is suitable for you. They think about true truths, they think about Four Noble Truths, they think about the minds, they think about the Buddha nature. The next class we will talk more, deeply about Four Noble Truths. Yes?
What happens if you choose two religions that you want to follow?
Okay. This very interesting things.
What's the question?
If you choose two religion, what happen? It's very interesting. When I was in US, in Texas, I visited a Tibetan family. The family come from Tibet, live in Texas. Within the one family, there's a 4 religion. Actually, within one family, there's a Muslim, there's a Christian, Hindu, Buddhist. Because American is very, very liberal people. Within one family has 4 religions. It's definitely okay. One family has maybe more than 5-10 religion, no problem. For example, look at it's not just diplomatic, not really politics. The mom cook a noodle. Daughter like chili. Son doesn't like chili. Daughter can have a chili, right? They just take the noodle, add the chili. Exactly. The religion, which religion you follow it is very your personal matter. Even though, like couple, husband can be Muslim, wife can be Buddhist, or wife can be Muslim, husband can be Buddhist. son can be Christian. Why not? It's their personal, matter. It's perfectly okay within one family. One person can can accept true religion or not. Very important. We had I think around 1959, many Tibetan, escaped from Tibet. So they live in India. It was totally new for them. They didn't know any language, nothing. Then slowly they met the missionary, Christian missionary, and somehow some Tibetan became Christian. We didn't have any problem. Let them be Christian. Then what happened? And the mom became very old. Then one day he came to see Dalai Lama. The mom was very honest. The mom said, Dalai Lama, this life I'm Christian. Next life I'm Buddhist. He said, this life I become Christian. I'm Christian. Next life I'm Buddhist. This means the mother has a completely confusion. If you really follow Christianity, you don't say next life I will be Buddhist. There's only two direction. Go up and go down. You cannot come back. In generally, you can follow true religion. Okay, simple one, like chanting as a Buddhist. You chant mantra, so many mantra from Buddhist. Then you look like you follow Buddhism. Also, you can go to church. You can pray to God. You really follow, the Jesus. You believe in God. It look like okay. If you go very in deeper level practice, if you really seriously follow religion, you cannot accept true religion. Then there's a lot of confusion. Okay, so one person cannot accept true religions if you seriously follower, if you seriously practitioner. As a fun, it's okay. As fun is okay, you can see sometimes people go in church, some go to the temple, some to the mosque, as fun. But because what Tsongkhapa said, first you don't remember Dharma. Second, you don't practice Dharma. Even though you practice Dharma, you not practice seriously. You practice seriously, not always. Not always. That's why for you, generally you can accept 2 or 3 religions. If you really, follow seriously, be serious practitioner, you must accept one religion. It's the best for you. Okay, any question? No more question? Okay, so then we can do the dedication.